Hi, everybody. Welcome to the next discussion in our Center for Teaching and Learning. I'm Mary. I am your coordinator for the CTL and your librarian here at SCTCC. So today we are talking about effective course design. Seems like it shouldn't be this hard, doesn't it? But it is. So when you are thinking about how you're designing your course, you want to be working through a variety of different options, but you want your course to be not only complete, have all of your information, but you want it to be understandable to your students. I've seen a lot of D2L pages just fail because everything was just thrown in. Course didn't really have a plan, and it was a mess. It's hard for you as the instructor. It's also hard for the students. Let's make life easy for everybody. All right, I am going to be sharing my screen here, and we are going to look at some fancy schools that have a lot of money to develop training because we don't need to develop the training. They did it already. Let's just look at what they did. All right, this is the University of Washington. They have a lot of nice things. One of the things that I like is the information that they have about creating a syllabus. I want to emphasize, really reaffirm, we have a syllabus template. Use it. Your freedoms are not being impinged on by making your life easier. And again, remember, the point to your course is you are supposed to be telling students things. If they can't find stuff on your D2L page, forget it. You've lost them. All right, what else is good? The large enrollment courses, we don't have any courses that have over 100 students in them specifically, but we do have courses that are large. They feel big. Honestly, I feel like once you get over about 25 people, you're in a big course. So think about that. I like community agreements. See if you also like it. Working with AI. Now, the CTL has talked with everybody quite a bit all last year about AI and thinking about different ways to use AI strategies. So if you are not already thinking of that, if you're not already, having assignments that have AI or talking about what's appropriate for your students to use AI, it's late. Get on that. Not sure what to do? Come talk to me. Talk to your dean. Talk to some other folks who have more experience at it in your department. We're not all going to be perfect, but let's do what we can do. All right, Stanford. Nice place. You may have heard of it. Let's see what they have to say. I like this. I like everything that says for new teachers. I am not a new teacher. I have been teaching now for going on 20 years. There's no such thing as you know everything. People who think they have nothing to learn, yeah, I'm just going to say you're wrong. That's the short version. You're wrong. There's always something else to learn. So many folks are teaching remotely, teaching online, whatever that means in your class. It's good to have more instruction. Disruption preparation guide. I don't know if you know this, but man, classes get disrupted. And maybe it's students who get disrupted while you are trying to lecture. Maybe it's that an earthquake at the building. I don't know, but it's good to be prepared for that. Let's look at Northern Illinois. Now, this is a very standard approach. Anytime you talk about doing course design, when you're talking with the fancy people who like to talk about course design in education, they mention the ADDIE model. So this is the ADDIE model. And I'm just mentioning it because, sure, I mean, it's kind of a classic for a reason. It's like talking about Bloom's taxonomy. You know it, sure. It's a standard. It's a classic for a reason. That idea, analyze, design, develop, implement, evaluate. Yeah, of course, do that. You're not going to go wrong. I think the rest of these pages are going a little bit farther, but especially when you're new, especially when you're doing a new class, using that ADDIE model is going to be, it's a nice place to start. I like models. I like templates. I like infographics that just help to guide me. It's my content. I'm doing the class the way I want, but I'm doing it in an understandable structure. All right, so here's Harvard, and here are some of the things that they talk about. I like this, and I've read through this material about what should students learn. Yeah, I I had many years ago a teacher that I was trying to work with who was just insistent. Well, I think this, I think this, I think this. I can't possibly shorten my class to a 14-week semester instead of a 16-week semester because I have all these things I want to talk about. I'm like, yeah, but dude, like half of this is useful. And the rest of it is you are just jibber jabbering. How's that helping? How's that helping your students? It's good, especially, and I find, for people, I mean, I am somebody who has been teaching for a long time. It's good to shake yourself out of your rut and out of your routine and to think of some new things. Why are the students there? What are they supposed to be doing? Your dean has probably given you some guidance in that, but if not, or if you just feel like more could be done for your class because it's your class, good. What are they doing? What are students doing? So they have more syllabus design, making the presentation videos. Look at this. This is a video for class. This is fine. Note how I'm sitting in my office. This is not high class. This is not, Spielberg did not stop by to help me with this. I know you're shocked. It's okay. This is all you have to do. It does not have to be amazing. And I'm going to say every person teaching should be thinking about equitable and inclusive teaching. So when you're designing your class, what else could you be doing to make sure that your students are brought into it? If all you're teaching is just the same boring stuff, then you're going to get the increasingly poor results. It can be difficult. Again, come talk to me. Let me see what I can do to help you out. Talk to your dean, talk to some other folks, look around. They'll have some ideas here. All right, here's Carnegie Mellon. These are short. There's not a ton of information here, but talking about recognizing who your students are, because the point is, stop me if it feels like I've said this 50 times. The point is for them to learn. It's not for you to talk. It's for them to learn. So how are we doing that? And I know every semester, every couple of years, it just gets different. Not necessarily harder, definitely not worse, but it's different. You can't keep doing the same things that you were doing 5 years ago. So now, again, keep in mind, I'm trying to emphasize this is not our school. So when they say this is required, this is not required, that's not us. This is not our school. We're looking at their material to get some ideas that you can use and you can bring here. Definitely, all of these things talk about addressing problematic student behavior. Look, it'd be fun to think that all of our students were perfect little angels who couldn't wait to come to class every day and carefully take notes in their little notebooks. But I mean, I can't even say that with a straight face, right? That's not true. But how are you going to handle it? Be ready to handle some problematic student behavior. I mean, I think we have less of that than you're going to have in like a high school, a middle school, but less is not none. Some folks are just not quite ready to be in an environment, or, I mean, who hasn't been there? Some of your students, they're having a really bad day and they are going to be disruptive and awful and problematic in your class. Maybe be ready for a variety of things. Okay, again, this is the University of Texas at Austin. This is short. They don't have a ton of information, but I kind of liked this. I like the way that they walk through it. So you start by, I don't know, what do I do first? All right, now how do okay, I start here. All right, now what am I trying to do? What do my students need to do? How do they interact with each other? I'm not being critical of your teaching, but I'm going to say if your teaching is just you standing at the board showing PowerPoint slides, that could be better. There are better ways to teach. There are better ways for you that aren't so hard for you, better for your students to be involved and to, again, learn. That's the point. Focus on that. Over here on the side, they have the simplified blooms. That's neat. Like I said, I mean, I like blooms. It's fine. It's good. I think probably everybody is on board. Use those blooms verbs whenever you need to start talking about outcomes in your class. If you feel uncertain about that, I mean, come talk to me. I like to write policies and plans and all that boring stuff. So if you don't like to write policies, plans, and all that boring stuff, come talk to me. I will give you a hand. I don't know your content, but I know some of this other stuff, and I will help you fit your content into the structure that will be good for you, be good for your students. And if it makes your dean happy too, I mean, that would be a definite win for us all. All right, our next presentation will be Tuesday, October 8th, and we will be talking about creating engaging course content. Kind of goes along with what we did today. All right, I will see you then. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.